it is our honor to welcome in the head coach of Georgia Tech, Josh Pastner. I got to be honest with you, Josh, full disclosure here. If you didn't win 3 in a row, and if you didn't win in Castle Coliseum, we would have went with a bald-headed guy. But being that you won those games, we are basically acquiescing and allowing a guy with flowing locks and basic, big-time sideburns. I mean, like, those are like pork-chopped sideburns. I mean, it's unbelievable. We're allowing you on this show. So welcome to Bald Men Not on Campus. Billis has a set of clippers for you, and he'd be glad to share them with you.
Well, let me just say this, a couple things here as I'm putting my earpiece back in, and I'll hold it in there for a second. But yes, part of the thing, maybe it's because of my sideburns knocked out my earpiece. You know, it doesn't hold on to it, so I don't know. But I will say this, though. When I got invited to come on the Bald Man Not on Campus, I thought that was a little strange because I do know with my hair, people get on me about my curls. And I haven't got a haircut in a long time. I haven't even shaved my sideburns, but only reasons not is because I'm trying to avoid of going any places other than being in my house or into the practice facility. So after the season, I will get a haircut, but the guys do give me the players on the team do give me a hard time about my hair, but it kind of is what it is. And if you can have it, I don't know if you guys would be jealous of having my hair or not. I don't know how you'd feel about that.
Well, it looks glorious, as Jay Billis would say. It looks glorious. Now, I got one question for Josh. Did you go to some of my old notes from about 8 or 9 years ago? Because I read something the other day that you said the ACC is so tough, it's brutal, it's absolutely like, your gums are bleeding and, you can't see straight because every game's a war. And 9, 10, 11 teams should be in the tournament. I used that speech about 9 years ago. Do you really believe that stuff?
No, well, let me just say this, Coach Greenberg. I really mean this. You had multiple teams that should have been in the NCAA tournament, and in a couple of those years, your teams were more than good enough to be invited in the NCAA tournament. And I just think for the ACC, as good as this league is, everyone's talking about the other leagues, Big Ten, Big 12, et cetera, et cetera. And I recognize those are great leagues, great coaches, great players. But the ACC is the best. And I truly believe there should be a talk 9, 10, 11 teams every single year into the tournament. And so, no, I believe what I said on that. And I would be, and look, I understand people might make fun of me when I say that, but I just think our league is so good. There's Hall of Fame coaches. There's 3 or 4 guys who are going to be a future Hall of Fame guys in the league. You have so many pros. It's a hard league to even get a win. To win on the road is like extra special. So I believe in that. This league is the best. I know I'm a big cheerleader for the league, but I really believe it. I'm speaking from the heart on it.
Well, Josh, I've been a huge fan of Jose Alvarado, Michael DeVoe. You've got really good guards and have for a long time. But the player that has caught my attention this year, even more than last year, is Moses Wright. He's been so good for you guys. What does he bring to your team?
Jay, part of the thing is with him, it's interesting. It's a great story. I like to say he was a 0-star recruit. His only other scholarship offer coming out of high school was a Division II school. He didn't start playing basketball until his sophomore year of high school. He was a really good tennis player and swimmer. He never picked up a basketball until his sophomore year, and he just has gotten better and better and better. He's got great natural instincts. I'm really proud of his development. We've tried to be really good with player development. That's a way that we've tried to survive here at Georgia Tech is through, as I like to say, if we're not getting the 5-star player, you need to have 5-star player development. And Moses Wright has been a guy that's exemplified that on his progression from his freshman year to where he is to now where he is a senior. Just a couple games ago, hit the 1,000-point mark. So he's been a huge part of our success. And if we're going to want to continue to try to have success, try to get to the NCAA tournament, he's going to have to be a stud for us in this home stretch.
Yeah, like Jay, I've really enjoyed watching his maturity over the last couple of years, and he's become a complete and dominant player on the interior. But what my burning question has been this: out of all the masks that you could choose, you could use a medical mask, you could use a gator. You decided to go with the big, gigantic shield. Can you explain that to the folks?
Yeah, you know what? I go with the face shield. I usually wear masks other than when we're not coaching. So when I'm not coaching, I will wear 2 masks. Usually I'm wearing 2 masks. But the reason I wear the face shield, I feel like I can coach better in the face shield. And I say that because the guys can see my face, my facial expressions. I feel like I'm not claustrophobic. I don't take it off as much. If you notice what sometimes a lot of other coaches with the mask, it's on and off a lot of times. So with the face shield, I try to keep it on as much as I can. And the other thing with it, it really shows the hair. I mean, you can see the length of the sideburns. The hair's popping out. I mean, it's unbelievable. I get more comments about the hair with the face shield. So I try to tell Georgia Tech it's a great opportunity for sponsorship dollars for Georgia Tech. They need to put, like the NASCAR does,
Good point.
they need to put sponsorship things up there and try to get some money for the athletic department.
I mean, you look like a superhero in that thing. I'm waiting for you to put a cape on and just kind of fly out somewhere. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hey, last thing, look. Kentucky, North Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, Virginia Tech. You got great wins. Why do you think that people don't really perceive you as already in the tournament?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And obviously, you know, I believe, and again, you could say because I'm the head coach, I'm going to be biased on it, that if the tournament was today, I believe we should be in. Now, look, we've got 3 great opportunities in front of us. You got Syracuse, you got Duke, Wake Forest, then plus the ACC tournament. And the only thing that we can control is try to win the games in front of us that's scheduled in front of us. You know, part of it is, I think, you know, whether it's just because of the league or whatever it may be, or because of the numbers, but if you look at our numbers, our strength of schedule within the ACC, we have the toughest schedule within conference. Our net rankings, the wins you mentioned, Coach, if you look at our Ken Pom ranking, we have really good, strong numbers. And I've been transparent to our guys. I think it's really important with our young men to be transparent, to over-communicate. I just tell it like it is, and I tell our guys, hey, here's what we're going to have to do if we want to play in the NCAA tournament. I mean, here's what's going to have to happen, and either we're going to get it done or we're not going to get it done. And so I'm hoping in the end the committee looks at our resume as the overall and understands that we belong in the tournament. We're one of the 68 best teams. We play in what I believe is the premier league in all of college basketball, and Georgia Tech deserves to be in. But if we want to make sure that we leave out any gray area, we're going to have to make sure we do our job over this next stretch of games.
Just want to thank you on behalf of my bald brothers for joining us on the show today. And just so you know, I love the curly hair and the mutton chops. I had them actually when I played down in Atlanta. So thank you for joining us.